So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay. So I'm Tiffanie Spencer. I'm the new superintendent of Mansfield ISD. I've been in my position for a whole 30 days.
Oh, good. Excellent. You know everything.
I know all the things. I made it. Yes.
Okay. So today what we're going to do is we just want to know your journey.
Okay.
So let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
And tell me where you were born and raised.
Okay, so I was born in Beaumont, Texas. I didn't live there for any amount of time, basically born there and then moved here.
Okay.
And so for the first few years of my life, I grew up in Arlington, kind of the Grand Prairie area. And then when I was 8 years old, my mom moved us to South Arlington, where I started attending Mansfield schools. So that's where I started at Glen Harmon. My mom moved us here for the reasons that everyone moves to Mansfield, right? Even back then, that it was just this place that everybody wanted their kids to be. It was a great education. So from there on, I was here. And so started at Glen Harmon and then went to Mary Orr and Worley. And
and siblings?
Siblings. So I was the only child for 16 years.
Oh, wow.
So it was just me. And then my brother was born right when I turned 16. So we are 15 years, 11 months, and 2 weeks apart to the day. And so I was like, oh, so now here's this baby. So I have a brother that's 28, and he went through Mansfield as well. So went to J.L. Bourne and all of the things and was a graduate of Mansfield High School as well.
Okay,
so,
very good. And so during your high school years, what was probably the one memory that stands out that had an impact on you from that time period?
So I talk about teachers that have an impact a lot, right? Because I think that that's kind of what planted the seed that I want to do what they did for others. So Miss Crane was my 9th grade English teacher. And she just believed in me, just always spoke positivity. And then she happened to be my teacher my senior year as well for my college preparatory course. Okay. And so I didn't know if I was going to go to college. That wasn't like a thing that everybody in my family did. My mom loved me and she wanted me to do well, but she was like, you can get a job or you can go to college, whichever way you want to go. But Miss Crane said, no, you're a great writer. Like, why wouldn't you go to college? You need to do this, and you can do it. And so that just, I have chills. That's just always something that just meant a lot to me. And I feel like I'm a pretty good writer to this day. Someone should have told me the same thing about math, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that just stands out to me just as a influential educator that just made an impact. So yeah, she's just, I don't know where she is in the world today, but she was just a great part of my experience.
Should look her up.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah. So you knew then that you wanted to go? I mean, you said kind of throughout. Has it always been something, or? It's
always been something with building others and growing others. And so I had the opportunity in high school to also have an internship. And so I got to go to J.L. Bourne and be like a student helper or a teacher helper. And so that I was like, oh, I like kids. I worked in summer camps and worked with kids in camps. But at the time, my mom is probably going to not be happy that I repeat this. But when I went to college, my mom was like, you can't go to school to be a teacher. And I was like, but I really want to be a teacher. And she was like, no, you're not going to school to be a teacher. And so that was not my major. That wasn't my path because my mom said, absolutely not.
Wow.
And so
what was her reason for that?
She was like, I'm paying a whole lot of money for you to go to school.
So it better be something good.
It better be something. It better be something that, is going to be really good and do all of these things. But by the time I made it to my junior year in college, I was like, I'm going to be a teacher. Like, I'm going to finish out whatever I have to do at this point to finish college. But when I graduate, I will be a teacher. And that's what I did. As soon as I graduated, I got into a program and I started teaching.
And what'd she say?
Now she's like, I mean, I can't believe I said that. I'm like, yeah, I know. I bet you can't. But now she understands that it's not about just like what it looks like. It's about making an impact. Like, are you making a difference every day in what you do? And so she's seen that since I started teaching. She was like, you enjoy getting up and going to work every day. Like, you love what you do. And so I think that that's just had a change, you know, just in her perspective of how we move forward in that way. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you get out of school. What was everybody has this turning point in their life where they make a decision and they don't realize then until years later that, oh, if I had not made that decision, it wouldn't have taken me over here.
Yeah.
What was that decision for you?
If I wouldn't have made that decision, it wouldn't have taken me. So got out of school, went into an alternative certification program. So I didn't follow the path that many teachers follow. I didn't go to school and student teach. And I thought that I was going to get a job right away. And at that time, you couldn't get a teaching job just anywhere. It didn't work that way. And so I ended up subbing for a year and a half. I subbed every day like I was a teacher. So those people that they're like, oh, we love good subs. I was the good sub. Okay. So I subbed every day. And so that's how I got my first job. I never interviewed and had this formal interview. I was there every day doing the work.
Okay.
And so I think that was a big challenge for me, just thinking like, oh, you're going to get out of school and have this job waiting for you. And that just wasn't the case. But it was okay because I was in the place of where I was supposed to be at that time. And so subbing for me was great. I got to see a whole lot of schools, a lot of leaders, all the kids, and I got to see like, where do I want to be? Where do I want to make an impact? And so that was.
So what was your takeaways? Being exposed to all those different scenarios, what was your takeaway from that?
That leadership matters. And so what is going on and how principals support their teachers matters. And so people want to be places where they feel valued. And so I saw that. Teachers took off a lot in places that they didn't want to be. You heard the way that teachers talk to kids in the hallways. You saw the engagement of principals when they were engaging with their students and their teachers. And so for me, it was like, oh, I want to be at a place where the leader cares about not only the kids, but the teachers too. And I've taken that through every position that I've ever been in. You have to care about the people.
So that was a good decision to do the subbing then.
It was it was the best decision that I didn't know at the time, but it was the best experience that I could have had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's something that you have had to unlearn about yourself to become who you are today?
Unlearn about myself.
Yeah. So, because we all grow through these, I don't know, a lot of people call it just maturing, but
yes.
Where you soften some of the edges.
That's a very good question. So I started my teaching career in Fort Worth. And in Fort Worth, we were doing all the great work, but it was in a hurry. Like we're going to do great things for kids. We're going to make sure kids have what they need. And so when I came to Mansfield, it was slowed a lot because it was like, how are you? How are you feeling? Are you sure everything is okay? And I was like, oh, people are actually talking to me and they care about me. And it's not just about the results. And so I learned then that it was so important. Like, yes, it's about kids. And yes, we have to do what's the very best for kids, but we also have to take care of the adults that are taking care of the kids. And it made me slow down. One of my mentors in this district, he was like, I know you know about instruction and I know that you know the data, but tell me about the people. So every time he came to my campus, he would say, tell me about the people and how you're taking care of the people. Tell me about what you learned about one of your teachers. Tell me about, and so it slowed me down to get to know really the people behind the work and being sure that I've
typically a very fast-paced.
Not anymore. I think coming out of the classroom and coming from being a teacher to admin, I was very fast-paced. But now people around me and people that work with me know that I always say, go slow to go fast. because you need to go slow, because you need to learn all of the things of why we're operating in the way that we are, right? And you need to learn the people, and you need to learn the culture. So I've slowed down a lot now. Sometimes it may annoy people, but I think that it's important to understand all of the pieces before you move forward. So I think I've slowed a lot, but that was early in my career. Okay. That was way early that I was fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what part of you, who you used to be, would not survive in the life that you have today?
I mean, I think just a results-oriented person wouldn't survive in the life that I have today, and in the roles that I have today. As a mom, it's really important. I have a 4-year-old. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I saw the eye. Y'all should have saw how big her eyes got. I have a 4-year-old.
Okay.
He's my one and only and my pride and joy. But I can't focus all the ways on results. So for example, today, there's a lot of things happening today. Right. And all of you are important, but I'm missing open house tonight, right? And so he has an event at his school today. And so I was like, I have to move some things around. It's not all about the results and getting places. And so I move things around so that I can be at the egg hunt at 1:30, right? And so though I can't just be focused on all of the things that I have to get done. I have to stop and focus on what's important too. Same thing with my job, right? There's a lot of work to be done, but people say, you're taking time to go meet with all these people. Yes, because that's what's important. It's important for people to have access to me. It's important for people to get to know me. And it's important for people to just have time to ask questions, to just engage. And so it's important that it's not all about the results and what we're doing to move forward. It's important that we stop and engage in the moment as well.
Good answer. So do you believe that your purpose, because you're unusual, I don't think a lot of people know at an early age what they want to do. Yeah. I think most of us kind of figure it out and fall into it or change midstream. Yeah. But do you feel that your purpose has changed in some way?
No.
Okay.
I think for me, it's always been about growing others. So I remember from a very young age, I've just always wanted to help people. I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna come back to it. Okay. So I asked my baby, what does mommy do for a living? He doesn't know. I don't talk to him about. And in the back seat, 4 years old, he said, "You help people." That's all he knew. That's what he knows of me. And that's who I am at my core. So I didn't know what I was going to be. I never set out to be a superintendent. There are some people that have their lives planned out for them. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's never been my plan. My plan is always to do good work where I'm planted. Yeah. Where am I planted? Do all that I can in order to make where I'm planted as great as it can be. And whatever comes of that, people see your dedication, your work, what you pour into it, and I hope that that's enough for whatever God has for me. And so, no, I've always known that I was going to help people and grow people no matter what it was going to be. So for me, that hasn't changed since I was a little bitty girl. Wow. Just didn't know what it was going to play out, but yeah. Okay, all right. So if nothing changes over the next 5 years, what would disappoint you most? If nothing changes over the next 5 years, what would disappoint me? That we fail to be innovative. Okay. That we fail to think outside of the box. We can't stay the same. We shouldn't be the same today as we are 5 years from now. That means that we don't believe in continuous improvement. That means that we don't believe in exploring new options. And I think that we always have to continue to be ahead of that. I think Mansfield ISD has done an amazing job of always thinking of what's next and seeking what's next. And I would think that I would be a failure if for 5 years from now we were the exact same places we were as a district. I wouldn't be okay with that. And I hope that the community wouldn't be okay with that. It's our jobs to think ahead, because our kids need us to think in advance of what they're going to experience in life and in the workforce. And are we working in order to prepare them for that? So I would be disappointed if we were in the exact same place that we were, and we were failing to be innovative and failing to think outside of the box.
So kind of along that same line of what you just said, as fast as things are changing today, what do you anticipate, or can you anticipate, in the next 5 years?
I don't think we can anticipate. I think that we can look at things, kind of writings on the wall, like what do we see that's popping up. I think in public education, we can see that parents do want choice. I think that has been the case for a very long time, but what kind of choices can we offer in the district? So we've done a great job as a district of offering our parents choices, but parents want more choices these days, right? They want flexible school days. They want things that look different. They want it all. And that's okay.
That's America.
Yeah, and that's okay. Is it not okay for us to dream big, or for us to think that is this the only way that we can do something? But yeah, I think that there are definitely going to be opportunities, but it's our jobs to go out and really go to different conferences, explore different districts and things that are going well other places, and then build our own. And that's what we have done as a district time and time again, but we're going to have to keep doing that. But I can't predict the future. I don't know what the future is going to look like, but I can tell you that my challenge to my team is always, well, what can we do that's innovative, that also aligns to who we are as a district, right? Because we are Vision 2030. Right? Our values are our values, and we're going to stick to those. But how can we then evolve while keeping our main thing and our foundation intact?
Okay. All right. So when your work is done, what is it that you want to be known for at the end of the day?
I want to be known for taking care of people.
See, I knew the answer to that one.
Yep.
You got a constant theme going.
Because I believe in taking care of people. Now, what
where
people
did that
want to
come from? Since it was at an early age, where did that pop into your head?
I think so. I have a very strong-willed grandmother. I call her Gran. Her name is May Scott. And she was just a trailblazer. Like, she just always showed me, like, you can do anything, you can be anything. And to me, she was just a boss. Like, I was little and I was like, oh, she is a boss. But she always took care of people in the process. So what I learned was you can have very high expectations for people, and I do. So please don't mistake. I have very high expectations, and I push a lot because I expect excellence. But what I won't expect is excellence, and I won't get on the ground with you, and I won't help you hang up things, and I won't get in the work with you. And I think that that's a true testament. And I think that you have to be able to do the work with people. And I've seen people be mistreated. And to stand by and see people be mistreated is not okay to me and for me. And we are not the ones that are doing the hard work. As a superintendent, I'm not going to be the person that's doing the hard work. Our teachers are doing the hard work, our paraprofessionals, our custodial staff, our principals are taking a lot. And for me, it's important to remember what that feels like. But anyone that you probably meet that has worked with me will say she takes care of people. And that's important to me. And I love that you knew, I already knew the answer to that question. Yes. Because that's what it is. And people should know who you are, right? But I'm gonna take care of people. And sometimes everybody's not gonna like the outcome, but fairness is important, and support is important. And then I've just learned a little bit along the way. So I remember I was an instructional coach in Fort Worth, which is great being an instructional coach. You don't have any authority to make anybody do anything. You don't evaluate them. They're taking your word. Like, I think this is the best practice and you should do it. And let me show you how great this is. And so they have to trust you in order to be able to do that work. And then as I moved in and I started applying for assistant principal jobs, I had a mentor that told me, she was like, it's really important for you to be fair and consistent. Those are two things that people are able to follow, right? They know that everybody may not get the same thing, but you've thought about everything intentionally. You're going to make the best decision. You're going to be fair. And then consistency is important. People want to know that they can rely on you time and time again. So that was very early on. When I moved into the principalship, my mentor, take care of people, like learn about your people. Don't push the work so hard that you leave your people behind, right? And then when I got into central administration, I worked in central administration in Duncanville before coming back to Mansfield, and I was the executive director of teaching and learning. So overall K-12 curriculum. And I was an elementary girl. I love the babies, but that was a learning experience. And my superintendent at the time, he told us, your job is to serve and support campuses. Your job is not to go over there and tell them the way that it's done. You need to figure out what's the work that they want to do and how do you support them in doing that work? How do you remove barriers? How do you provide resources? And that was a learning experience because I take that into my work that I do now. It's not my job to go and tell a principal what to do on their campus.
You realize what you just said. You had, from a very early age, someone who, your grandmother, who imparted that on you. And then interestingly enough, you were lucky enough, or you attracted the same from other people that nailed that and continued. Good. And so it's been, that's why it's that theme throughout your life. And you've been with people that had the same concept, the same idea.
That's really good. I've never thought about that, but yes, they've just added to.
Yeah.
They watered the seed that was planted.
And you were put in scenarios that's what was required of you.
Yes.
To do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're very lucky.
I'm very blessed.
Yes.
I'm very blessed.
Yes.
And I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
Just in my personal life and in my professional life, I just feel overall, I feel like I'm God's one of his favorites.
Oh, buddy.
I do.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I'm going to do a little lightning round with you. So I'm just going to throw something out, and you just whatever pops into your head. Okay. A book that shaped you.
Oh, gosh, a book that shaped me. I'm rolling all through. Oh, why can't I think of the name?
I know I hate it when people do this to me because I can never think of anything.
So Impact Players. It's a book called Impact Players. And it's all about how do you support your leader? Like how do you lead up and how do you support up and how do you support down? And it essentially says your job is to make work light for those that are around you.
Again, it reinforces your theme. You need like slogan or something.
Lead with heart.
There you go. Okay, a habit that changed your life.
A habit that changed my life. Working out for me was a habit that was important. I'm not so great at it these days, but it taught me consistency. And to show up for myself. Like it's easy to show up for other people for me, but it's harder for me to show up for myself. And so that's been important.
Okay. A mistake that taught you the most.
Mistake that taught me the most. As a young leader, I didn't have kids. I wasn't married, so I didn't have my son till I was almost 30. I was 39, and so the work was the work, and yes, taking care of the people. But I didn't understand what it was to be a mother. I just couldn't, and it's just a different.
I bet
it's just different, right? So I think that the empathy that comes with that from being a mother and how you interact with others is just something that was probably missed, especially when I didn't understand it.
Someone who influenced your leadership.
Oh, so many.
I know.
It's
you can't
so
go back
many.
and mention the other ones, so give me somebody new.
It's so many.
Maybe more recently.
So I mentioned one already that told me about the people. That was Daryl Sneed. Dr. V was very influential in my instructional leadership and who I am instructionally. And just because he's so authentic in his leadership. And I told someone this morning, I was like, that's it. He doesn't say a lot, and he never did. But you knew that every interaction with him was authentic.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I take with me everywhere. Like, I want you to get whoever Tiffanie Spencer is,
Yes.
who I am is who I am. And I want you to get the authentic pieces of me.
Best advice you've ever received?
Just tell the truth and be consistent. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Whatever it is, tell the truth. And people can deal with the truth much better than they can with you trying to discredit or work
Soften
around
or
or solve
fluff
the.
it or- yeah.
I think people just deal with the truth a lot better than inconsistencies.
Okay. That's all I've got.
Okay.
So now we're going to turn it off.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to let the audience throw some at you.
Perfection.
Okay.
I love
All
it.
right, great.
Yeah.